Hey, what's up, coaches? Dave Bishop here for Run the Damn Ball. Before you adjust your screen or check out your eyes, if you're trying to figure out what that is right there, there's nothing on your screen. It is on my head. Gashed it open pretty good yesterday, so let's get that out of the way. Today, we're going to talk to you about our complementary plays off our Blast action in our Blast series. We're going to discuss our blast sweep, our blast keep, as well as our blast reverse, and talk to you about some of our blast passes and how we may set up our screen to our tight end. And with that being said, let's go ahead and dive into just some diagrams of what we want to discuss. First thing that we need to be able to do is determine how do we control this force defender with our blast. So in this situation, we're running blast weak. And we are not a step motion team. So a lot of your step motion teams are going to run what they call belly option. We're not a step motion team. So we had to come up with a way to control this guy. And the way we control it is with our blast sweep. Remember, we talked about it with a backfield action. If you're not sure, go back and check out our RTDB broadcast where we're talking about our backfield action in our blast series. The other thing that is in a 40, if you're in a 50, you've got to be able to control this guy right here because he can come around the back and trip your guy up with his hand, or he can pull around the back over here and help clean up because this guy's going to be ISO'd on. So what we have to do is control that guy, and we control that guy by blast keep or blast sweep or blast keep. So what I want to do is I want to look at our blast sweep, okay, and how we go ahead and determine what we do. So I've got a guy in our box who's in charge of if-thens. If this guy falls in and makes a tackle, then we're going to run blast sweep. All right, same concept over here. If this guy over here falls in and he makes a tackle, then we're going to run blast sweep. So we've got blast sweep to the weak side. We've got blast sweep to the strong side. You've got to determine which way is best for you to run blast, and then also have your sweep action off of that. Let's go ahead and take a look at our cutups and our mindset when we talk about if-then statements. So here we are. And we are in an important game. This is a game-winning drive against probably our biggest rival. They're right up the road in the next county. The reason why I call them our biggest rival is because in a series, I think it's 26 wins to 24, 26 to 25. So that's pretty dang good when you're talking about who wins and who loses. And it doesn't matter the record of the team. As a matter of fact, the team in blue, they were 0 for, they won one game all year. At the time, we went in ranked number 10 in the state, and they beat us. They went 1-9 that year. The only win they had was against us. So what we're doing is we are near the goal line. We're running blast, and as you can tell, it's probably not a good play because they do have us outnumbered to the weak side. We probably needed to be running blast up top. But I have a coach who's in charge of reading the guy that's highlighted. If he falls in, then we're going to come back and run blast sweep. Now, I can't lie. Our guys are gassed, and the guy that's in the wingback position does a terrible, terrible job of faking. Our quarterback does a terrible job of faking. That is lackadaisical. And this is like the first or second game of the year, so we're not executing well at the moment. But as you notice, that guy falls in. So the coach says, hey, he's falling in, right? Look at the gap that you have outside of that guy now. We come back the next play. And now we're going to run sweep to control that guy. So we're going to run sweep, and that guy's going to fall in. Here he goes falling in, and we walk into the end zone. Pretty simple concept with if-then mindsets. Okay, now, why I've got all these drawings up here. Here it is. First off, we're going to run blast up top. All right, we're running blast up top. Oop, that's not what I'm looking for. Here we go. We're running blast up top. Well, let's try that again. I'll undo that. All right, so we're going to run blast up top, the top of the screen. We're going to be reading the guy in highlight. Now, the reason why I have the arrow on my slot back is because there is no tight end. So he has to be ghosted for this play to work, which means he's going to line as if there's a tight end there. And we do that for more than just this play. And so we're going to watch the guy in the highlight when we run blast up top. The sweep is a little bit better. The action's much better. The fake's much better, but still not where I want it because we're supposed to be carrying it out 5 yards downfield, and we're jogging to the line of scrimmage. All right. Notice that guy, his footwork, he's not sure, is he in, is he out, and then he gets himself into the hole. So coach upstairs says, hey, coach, it's time to run the blast sweep. Time and alignment's much better. And he does it, the outside guy does a much better job of playing force, but unfortunately he's playing against a much better athlete who gives him the dip and head and shoulder and gets outside. So again, sweep, how we look at it, what are we looking for when we call it? Now, both of those situations, you weren't seeing a guard pulling. Our first few years, we pulled guards and it was terrible. Then we didn't pull guards and it hurt us. Now we've decided we're going to go ahead and figure out how do we pull guards successfully. And our timing, this is a scrimmage, our timing is not great, so we're going to run blast up top, okay, to our slot back. But in this situation, we're going to run blast sweep, and you're going to get that halfback down here at the bottom of the screen. He's going to head and shoulder fake, and we're going to get a guard pulling. So I'm going to run this back a couple times. I want you to watch the proximity between the guard and the fullback, and it is terrible. They have to stop. They have to slow each other down. But because we have a guard pulling, he's able to kick the safety. It's probably a 2 or 3 yard play, maybe even a loss. But because we've got a guard out there, he kicks the safety. We're able to pick it up and pick up 10 plus yards. Next thing, we are in an unbalanced set. You can see our alignment is too close to the line of scrimmage and too close to the quarterback. So when we're talking about alignment where that arrow is, I can tell you this play is not going to be good already. The other thing I want you to notice is that the wingback, okay, that guy right there, is the number 4 guy. So you got guard, tackle, tight end, wingback. Later you're going to see him outside. Because he's in that situation, he is a sweep back. Let's go ahead and look at the timing is terrible. Again, between the guard and the fullback, they run into each other. If we're able to get the guard out, this is a bigger play. I believe the back is able to cut and cut back against the grain. The other thing that is not good is notice when the ball carrier gets down or gets the handoff, he's downhill immediately. We like to get that guy to stretch. We like to get him to stretch, okay? My tackle does a terrible job. He's not supposed to block that guy. He's supposed to block down and get that guy to squeeze. So again, we're in a scrimmage, but I want to show you the concepts and how all this works. He gets cold cocked pretty well. All right, 50 front, overhang. It is now 2nd and 8, and the reason why it's 2nd and 8 is because the play before, that guy highlighted falls in on blast and makes a play. So, man up in the box. Coach, we need to run sweep. Next play, we come back. Our timing between our guard and our fullback is much better. Fullback does a terrible job doing what he's supposed to do because he hunkers down. I like a guy who's going to get in there and get physical and dirty. But watch what happens now that the guard's out front. That block right there allows that guy to cut back. If he's not there, we probably tackled at the 45-yard line. Instead, we end up with a 35 yards extra gain, and that's a big, big play in that game. All right. Why did I put this in here? It's a wingback. You've already seen it. But for some reason, he decides he wants the head and shoulder fake. Not a good idea. That throws the timing off. It throws his alignment off and proximity between he and the quarterback. We pick up a lot of yardage, but if he hits it fast, this is a big play. We probably score a touchdown instead of picking up about 20. See how slow that hits? He's not able to get his speed up to where it needs to be. He's probably in the end zone untouched if he doesn't head and shoulder fake. Watch him up top. Okay, we're going to discuss now blast keep. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to roll our last keep concepts up here for you. We're going to talk to you about it and show you some of the diagrams. So here's my halfback. He is not in the box. He's not part. He's not attached. There's not three backs. So how do we control this outside linebacker? This is my control guy, the quarterback. We're faking blast and we're faking keep every time. You should be riding hard and carrying out your fake 5 yards. The one thing that I did not like in the cut-ups that I have is our, I'll be honest with you, execution is not where I'd like it to be. Over here, same way. You know, there's no other back in the backfield. He's out. He's removed from the backfield. So we're going to run blast. Quarterback's going to run keep and keep it in there to control that outside linebacker. We've got some cut-ups for you guys to look at right now. And so I want to show you again just the if-then mindset. We're going to watch the guy that's highlighted. We're running blast in his direction. What is he doing? Okay, because they have brought an extra outside linebacker over. That's your corner, or they've run the corner over, and that guy's your outside linebacker. So let's keep an eye on him and let's see how he reacts to blast. Quarterback does not do a very good job, in my opinion, of carrying out his fake. Our alignment in the backfield is not very good. But see how he gets in there and makes a play. Look at the edge if the quarterback is carrying out his fake hard. Now, one of the things that we talked about earlier is the alignment of our wingback in our formation. He cannot get, see how far he is off the quarterback? He can't get to that sweep alignment. So in this formation, it is a keep concept and not a sweep concept. Next play, it ends up being 3rd and 5. Alignment between the halfback and fullback is terrible. But that guy's kind of falling in again. See him sticking his nose in there. And because of that, we're able to get around the edge. If this guy falls in, then we run sweep or we run keep. Now, notice, where's our wingback? Our wingback is inside. And because he is inside, right, he's inside, what do we have to do? Now it's a sweep play. So I'm not really sure who called keep. It may have been the head coach. Terrible call. But that should not be happening because he's stretching the defense. He's also alerting the defense to what's going on. So if you notice, the safety's widening with the sweep guy, and he's able to make a play. Now, granted, the quarterback does a good job running the ball. But know your formations and know what your options are. This is smash keep. Both backs aligned to the same side of where that guy is highlighted. We're running both backs into the linebacker. The guy highlighted had been falling in, so we go ahead and we run smash keep. Quarterback could probably do a little bit better job of riding it, and he's not being able to get an arm tackle. I'll have to break it. But now it's 1st and goal at the half-a-yard line versus being there. All right. 4th and short. Again, smash keep. This is first round of the playoffs. It's 4th and about 1. They've got everybody on the line of scrimmage. We're running smash to the top and keep with the quarterback. If he rides it a little bit better, he probably got a little bit better play, but he picks up about 10 yards regardless. One thing that is true is this, is that it is a great short yardage play. Your complementary plays are great short yardage plays for what we do. Why? People are thinking that you're going straight at them. And if they think they're going straight at them, they're going to do things they probably shouldn't be doing or what they've been coached to do. So think about these plays, but also know this. If your guy on the outside is not falling in, it's not a play worth running. So that's why they're complementary. They work in conjunction with. They're not your core plays. They're plays off of your core plays. We also run reverse. We can run an H reverse. So what you see here is the halfback running the reverse off the blast. If you get a blast here, you should have the halfback running his sweep track or option track, and we tell him to get there fast. You can also run it to the tight end All right, there's your tight end. This guy's going to fall in. He's going to bucket step and go, and all your actions same. Again, we're not going to talk about our blocking schemes, but the one thing I'm going to throw out there for you now is we do not and should not block the end man on the line of scrimmage. If it's a 40 front and these guys are taught hands-on, this guy blocks down, he's going to squeeze. If it's a 50 front, he sees that guy block down, he should come around the heel line. So we don't block him. Doesn't mean that we never block him, but we're not supposed to block him. And again, we will talk about other ways to block. If you're interested in any of these plays, remember, hit me up in my email. Okay, hit me up in my email. Call me, whatever. Okay, why is this guy highlighted? Because he screws up. He runs blast up top. We are not running blast up top. My tight end's right there. We should be running blast here. You'll see the quarterback verse out, and then we're going to hand it here. He about destroys this whole play. We got a guard, backside pull in. He gets outside. The one thing that we love for this play to do is we love it to be stretched. All right? A lot of times those kids will get the ball and they come downhill. It is stretch, stretch, stretch. Now that's in the boundary, so it's a little bit tougher to stretch, but incredibly important to stretch the play. Here's a great example of stretching, and we've been on this guy all year on how to stretch. So what you should have is blast from this back into this linebacker. He should be coming and stretching. We should not be blocking that guy right there. So we can watch. Let's watch this guy, and then we'll go back and watch the tight end in the backfield action. Right? What does he do? He comes down the heel line, and he takes himself out of the play. That's why we don't block him. I think I've seen that guy make the play, make the tackle once or twice in all my years. Okay? So let's watch our tight end. He gets the ball, and he's stretching, stretching, stretching. Why? That allows the guard to get on that outside guy. He's able to get on his shoulder, and because we stretch it, he's able to pick up extra yardage. We've got twins up top. This halfback is the same halfback who screwed up earlier. For some reason, he's running quick pitch. I'm not really sure why. That's about the second game of the season. And so let's watch our tight end right here. Stretch the play. Follow the guard, stretch, 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 get outside. That allows the guard to get outside, and we're able to pick up about 20 yards on the tight end reverse. In a scrimmage, we mess it up again. The back should be on the right side, not the left side. But at least he carries out his sweep or option fake, which now draws, right? He shouldn't be there. He should actually be here. Because we should be running blast right there. So we do run it with the fullback and the quarterback, but not this knucklehead. He should be helping out with full action right there. You're probably wondering, why are you showing me this play if it's always wrong? Okay, notice sticks, 4th and about 5. We walk into the end zone in that situation. To our halfback. We should not block. Should not block the last man on the line of scrimmage. But our guard gets a little antsy, and he picks him up. If he doesn't and he gets outside, the back doesn't have to bow it as far as he does and lose all that yardage. Okay, his speed is able to get him around the corner. Pick up great yardage on this play in this situation. This is a game that we're playing for the number 2 seed in the region. Again, that is backfield. Okay, that is your halfback reverse. The halfback reverse. We want to go ahead and talk a little bit about our pass plays right now. And one of the things that we want to look at when we talk about our pass plays is this. I want to talk about our wheel. Well, I've got a bunch of them, but I want to talk about our wheel, and I want to talk about our base blast pass concept. So our base blast pass concept that you notice over here on the right, what we have is a basic set of rules where number 1 is always responsible for the corner, number 2 is responsible for the flat. Key to making this work is you must block down, must block down. Why? These guys are reading your release. If you release vertical, if you release outside, they're going to think pass. If you block down or you release down, they're thinking buck sweep, so they'll come up. We're able to get behind them and put ourselves in a great position to have open players. When this play doesn't work, it's usually because these 2 guys didn't do their job and didn't step down. The other thing that we want to do is run blast wheel. So we're going to run blast to the right side and wheel back away. His job is to take the corner with him and possibly the safety. So we're going to get him to reduce the splits like he's running a crack route. He's going to get we could have two tights. He's going to release, and he's going to get his hands, and he's going to get inside the corner, and goal is to pick up two people again. What we want to do is take two defenders with us anytime possible. All right, let's look at our blast wheel. I'll show you a good one, and I'll show you a not so good one. Reduce split into the boundary. We should be running blast over here. He's going to come close to the line of scrimmage, wheel outside and up the sideline. Quarterback should ride blast to the right, three-step drop. Great catch and pass. Now this is too tight. I do not like the timing between the quarterback and the running back. I think it's slow. Quarterback should take his reverse out, take his three-step drop, and launch the ball quickly. And instead, he lobs it out there. We pick up about 12 to 15 yards, but if he gets it in his hands a lot quicker, this is a much better play. See, the ball should be gone by now into that back's hands. He just lofts it out there. And we pick up 15, 16 yards, but in the end, it should have been a much better play. Put the ball in the guy's hands so he can make a play. All right, I'm going to stop right here. This is not blast. We're actually running power up top, and we've got pro down here on the bottom, but I like to take and run blast Y screen. This guy needs to be over here, and we run blast this way. So we'll have blast action this way. Quarterback steps back. As you notice, we've always talked about our tight end whose backside high walls. The purpose of high walling is to set up the screen. But you can also run power. And I want to show you good bad right here. Watch the tight end. First of all, he lets an inside release, which is a no-no. He should step and hinge, get inside that guy. And then secondly, notice he takes him upfield about 3 yards, and he doesn't need to do that. He needs to get him, turn him outside. We have a 2nd and 20, and now we're back down to a 3rd and 2. Okay, we'll stop right here. Blast pass. Regardless of the formation we're in, we're running blast over here, okay, down at the bottom of the screen. The tight end is number 1. The back in the backfield is number 2. So you should get a corner route by number 1 and a flat route by number 2. That could be a tight end on a wing. There's so many different combinations. It could be we could run blast pass to the top, where number 1's running a comeback and number 2 is running the out route. Just depends on how you want to put your concepts. But all it is blast, faking blast to the right. We're running a pass out there and using the same numbering system that we use regardless of what the formation is. Number 1 always does something, number 2 always does something, and it's always the same. And what I mean by that is this: number 1 should always run the corner, number 2 should always run the flat, period. We got tags, we got other things, but that is for another talk. So what I want to do today is I want to thank you guys for coming in. Hey, RTDB, baby, win more games running the damn football.